Happy
What the
Halloween, everybody. How are you? So, um, we are four men instead of five today. We are here to give you readings from behind the veil. Ooh, Halloween style. So we had another guest with us, but I'll explain that in a bit. Let me explain who is here. First of all, we have Mr. Ken Payne from the UK. Hey Ken, how you doing today?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. I do definitely feel as though I've been dug up.
Hey, Doug. All right. We have my right hand in this venture today, Mr. Gerald himself, Tarot Stash.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. Everybody, please remember to give this video a thumbs up. You have
Gerald is has helped set up the what is it called, Gerald, for
the
questions
StreamYard giveaway tool.
the StreamYard giveaway tool. Well, there you have it. And then our third guest besides me is Ramon from Moonscara. What's up? Oh,
hello? What did you
Jesse
call me?
Gang.
What did you call me? Thank you for
I
having me.
had noticed you made a weapon too. You were so creative, dude. All right.
It's
So
creepy.
let's see what we got going on in chat. We had some people lined up waiting to get in. We got Harley. What up, Mo? Tahiti. I've always
Hi,
wanted to
Tahiti
go to
90.
Tahiti.
Tahiti.
Tahiti 93. Shenanigans. Did someone say shenanigans? Linda. Moon Scarab is here. Oh, there you're on stage. Maru, Rasi, Vivian. Wow, we've got a full house, don't we? Wandering Mountain Bardic Path. I'm trying to read this
That's
without my
Jamie.
glasses.
That's Jamie.
Oh, okay. Ange is here. Roots and Waves Ange. Okay, I think that's it. Well, yeah. Um, I so tell me. Okay. For entertainment purposes only, we would like to say, do not make any major life decisions based on the readings here. We do these so you can have a wider viewpoint. We are not making your decisions for you. We are not doctors. We are not lawyers. We're not even Indian chiefs.
No,
So,
we're not. I'm not a killer clown either
I'm not a killer clown.
in real life.
I am, actually. I am.
Oh, yeah.
But I am a witch. I am a witch.
Oh, me
Uh,
too, Ken.
I hear you.
I'll give you that for witch dudes. Um, I have been looking forward to this. I asked you guys to do this months and months ago because this is my favorite time of the year. I carry Halloween with me all year long. Um, it is my favorite time of year. And the veil between the living and the dead is at its thinnest between our world and the spirit world. So this is the optimal time for getting messages. I guess I'm gonna have to put my glasses on.
I base my decision solely on what the killer clown says.
There you go. You better. I'm not using the fan today. I'm using this.
I have fan enough for both of us.
I'll be right
I'll,
back.
I'll
I
give you.
something up.
I'll twerp with this.
Oh, yeah, thump. Thump.
Maybe not. Shoot. Okay, so my Bluetooth just died. So
We can hear you fine. Just take it out. We can hear you fine.
okay.
Listen to me. I'm co-hosting this, and what am I doing? I'm like freaking taking over. I'm sorry. What would you like to do about that, Bobby? Robert Fierro Tarot.
I don't mind. That just means I have to up my volume and talk a little louder. Okay. So, what decks is everybody using today?
I am
All right,
using.
so
I've got the Santa Muerte, and I've got the Todd Alcott's The Horror Tarot to start.
oh, there you go. So am I. I'm using the Horror Tarot as well.
Yep.
So appropriate for today. I'm using the Halloween Oracle from Stacy DeMarco. Beautiful deck. I'm using the Malefic Lenormand. Beautiful as well. And I'm using Morology this edition from Physical Art. So combining all four.
And Ken?
So I'm also using the Halloween Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. I am also using the classic Horror Oracle.
Very good.
And I am doing the Trick or Treat Tarot by Barbara Moore.
Nice.
Ooh.
And I am kind of going along with everybody. I have my Malefic Lenormand, my Santa Muerte, my Halloween Oracle. And just in case I need another Oracle, I've got my Talisman. And that should be it. Should be it. I've got about a dozen decks surrounding me in case I need to grab one. Oh, forgot. Gotta have my Oracle of the Hecatean Path here in honor of Ken. And for those who don't know, Mr. Kenn Payne is the creator of the Oracle of the Hecatean Path that everybody loves so much. So, props to this day, prop. And there's an evil rumor, Aditon of the Hecatean Path. There's an evil rumor that there's a Hecatean tarot deck coming out. Is that true? Which
Maybe.
That better not be a rumor.
It better not be. I'm like, don't toy with me, boy. I will find you. Okay.
No, I can confirm that the rumors are true. It is underway.
Good.
Nice.
Vivian came in. Wandering Mountain Bardic Path. I love that name. I really do. Bala Maldonado. I think that's everybody's Serpent Visionary Oracle. Ooh, neat. Okay, so, Gerald, can you explain the situation with the questions?
Sure. Scrolling across the bottom, this is Halloween Samhain. You know, he's that nice guy down the street. I almost made him spew his coffee. Samhain readings. And for a behind the veil reading, enter hashtag veil into the chat. This is being simulcast on 3 different channels. So you don't have to just enter it in one. And we will be using the flying fickle finger of fate to pick who is going to be the first reading. So you can see that that's what you do, and that's what'll pop up. So
interesting.
And then Bobby, there are 4 of us. How many of us are doing each reading?
We're each going to do 1 or 2 cards.
Okay.
Assuming that there's going to be a lot of questions, so we're going to try to keep it short, but we won't neglect somebody who needs to hear a message if Spirit is telling us we need to get a message through and it's going to take a couple minutes longer, we apologize for that. It does happen occasionally. So we'll just go see what happens. So how do we do this?
Well, so what we do is I put there, we have 10 entries, and then we see who gets the first reading. Linda Frazier, let us know that you're here.
Oh, I bet
And
you can.
the only thing that I don't like about this giveaway tool is there's no music. You know, I need like a chainsaw or an axe or something.
Yeah,
Ramon.
Some ghost effects. Some ghost effects. Ghost sounds effects.
Yes. Ooh.
Okay.
Linda
No.
is here. So what we'll do is we now we read for Linda, and then we'll read for the next person after we're done with Linda.
Okay, Ramon, you're up first. Whenever you're ready, my friend.
All right. Hold on. I'm not ready yet. I'm sorry.
This is going to take us a sec, you guys.
Okay, Linda. Hi, Linda. Great seeing you. Let me shuffle the card. So the question is, what messages are behind the veil? What's the
Yes,
question exactly?
Yes.
from behind the veil.
Okay.
It could be somebody that has gone before, a deity or spirit guides, somebody on the other side of that veil. Now I got that song in my head from the day.
I'm going to go first.
Mhm.
All right, Mr. Gerald.
So the message from behind the veil for you, Linda, is here. So first of all, I have the 9 of Pentacles. What is important for you to remember is that the success that you have is a result of your hard work. So this is an important key to realize. Do not discount that stuff is working because you have worked hard for it. And I would say someone, a divine masculine person from beyond the veil, perhaps a grandfather or an uncle, is around and able to support you as you need it. And I would say, I'm going to guess it is somebody who liked to have a hat or had a mustache or both. So, and so Linda, that's what I have for you.
I'll go next because I want to connect with that message. I pulled 4 cards for you, and the first card I got is from the Halloween Oracle, and this talks about ancestors. So there is a message connecting with what Gerald was saying from behind the veil from a ancestor, someone in your family line, possibly someone who you know, maybe a spirit guide who you might not know, but it's there to support you. And the message and the energy that I'm getting is that you've been going through a moment of change, and that's why I have the 5 of, in this case, will be associated with wands, right? This represents a crisis, but it represents also instability, but not in the negative sense necessarily, but it's a change that is coming, and this ancestor is there to support you at all moments. The third card I got is the World, and we know that the World is a card that talks about completion, right? The closing of a cycle and the opening of a new one. So connected with this one, there is change coming towards your way. There's a cycle that is closing right now, but a new one that is opening. And your ancestors, this spirit guide that it's there to support you, will be with you along the way. And the last card I got is from Lenormand, which is card 16. And card 16 for Lenormand talks about clarity, spirituality. It talks about fulfillment, abundance. And the overall message here is that you will be supported through from the divine realm, from the spirit guide, this ancestor who's going through you in this process. So just keep hope, be positive, and connect with this ancestor or the spirit guide who is there to support you. But know that you're being backed up from the universe in this process. That's what I got for you.
Awesome. Kenn, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. So
Go for it.
spookily enough, I also got the ancestor card from the Halloween Oracle, which again it reinforces this notion of a strong ancestral presence. And the other card that I pulled for you was the card of forgiveness, and it's about relieving the burden. It might just be that you require either a sense of internal forgiveness or reconciliation with the ideas of maybe somebody who has passed. Um, you know, the next stage in life is probably, you know, without animosity. So it doesn't serve to sort of hold on to those things. But either way, the strength of the ancestral connection, the roots of your DNA, going back generations, will be, you know, nicely sort of what's the word, encapsulated is what I'm looking for. You know, if you just relieve yourself of a burden of any sort of past emotional blockages or anything. Here you go.
Awesome.
Nice.
So, Linda, I drew 3 cards for you as well. I have an upside down King of Swords. See? Upside down. He's a skeleton dude. Then I have the Vampire card. This is a card about, it's called Emotional Intelligence, but it's about energy vampires. I think this is a warning to be aware of those around you who are sucking up your power. The last card I drew for you is the Four of Cups, the card of dissatisfaction. When I put all these 3 together, what I'm getting is that somebody who's passed is worried that there's somebody around you sucking the life out of you they may not have liked. This person has been watching over you for a very long time. So I can't tell if who it is, but they are highly invested in you. So I'm thinking father or grandfather or uncle, because of the King of Swords upside down, which plays into what the gentlemen were saying. But the warning here is guard yourself. Okay, guard yourself. Watch where your emotions flow to and who's receiving those emotions. All right. We seem to have lost Mr. Gerald. So there he is. You
There he is.
I got a package delivered.
Yeah,
So-
you did. All right. So should we try this button thing? I want to try.
You can't. I have to.
Well, there you have it. Okay, you do it.
Because you gave me control and don't even think that you're
did.
going to try to have control. So who's next?
You do it.
Oh, wait a second. Gerald, you're there too.
Oh,
Look at that.
So I will, because I want to give everybody a chance, I will forego. And so next up we have
Nettie. I used to work with a stylist named Nettie. She was awesome.
Serpent Visionary Oracle.
Let us know that you're here, please. Serpent Visionary Oracle. And Linda said thank you. And so here we go. Who's going to go first?
I'll go. So, let me do this. There we go. So the first card I drew for you is the Black Cat. The second card I'm drawing, the King of Cups. Let's give you a Lenormand card. Horseman. Okay. So let's break it down card by card for you. The first card we have is the Black Cat. Fortune meets opportunity. This is saying everything aligns for you right now. Things are about to line up in certain ways where it's going to be very hard not to go wrong. The King of Cups is all about being emotionally intelligent for me. Okay, he puts thought above emotion. So responsible, responsible, responsible is the word that just keeps coming to my mind. Responsible with love, responsible with emotions, responsible for caring for themselves and for other people. The last card is the Horseman. So, Bobby, I just noticed. Yeah, I did. Thank you, Shenanigans. The last card is the Horseman in the Lenormand deck, Malefique. Now, I know what this normally means, but I'm getting military or police. So please be open to messages. I get the feeling that somebody is trying to get through to you. All right. Somebody is like knocking on your spiritual door. So, and I'm still getting police or military. I'm not sure what to make of that. I'm not going to try to make anything of it. I'm just going to leave it with you. Who's next? Gerald, are you
I'll go
ready?
next.
Ramon?
Mhm.
There you go.
All right, I pulled 4 cards for you, and the overall message I got is that there's a need for you to pause and reflect on how to move forward. You're in a search of harmony, of balance. The first card I pulled is the High Priestess. And as we know, the High Priestess is a card that talks about reflection, about using your intuition, about going into your subconscious. So this is a card that to me is telling that for you is a moment to pause and reflect, to go inwards in search of that harmony that you're looking for. Second card I pulled is from the Oracle, the Halloween Oracle, and it's called the Underworld. And the message that says here is where all things pause and begin again. So again, it's a message that talks about pausing, finding your own ground, reflection, and using the fruits of your knowledge, of your intuition of moving forward. What's interesting is that the pomegranate is a fruit that to me has that feminine energy, right? It's that sense of fertility. So again, it's about you going inwards and using those skills, that knowledge that you previously have to be able to go forward. Third card I pulled is the Lenormand card of the Bouquet, card number 9, and the Bouquet talks about joy, harmony, beauty, creativity. So again, it's that message of pausing and finding that balance, that joy, that purpose by going inwards. And the last card I pulled is a number 6, and 6 it numerically means creativity, harmony as well, love, and more than anything, balance. So the overall message here is stop what you're doing right now, reflect, ground yourself, go inwards to be able to find that balance that you're searching for. All the knowledge and the answers are within you, but you need to make that pause before going forward. That's what I got for you.
Thank you, Ramon. I just want to say you're really doing my head in with that smooth voice and then that get him. Just throws me. All right, where were we?
So weirdly, again, even though it's a different deck, I also got the High Priestess, same as what Ramon did. And
Whoa.
interestingly, there is a little pomegranate on the table there as well. And what I get from this particular one is is the ability to be able to peer through the veil, whether that's your internal veil or the spiritual veil, to sort of connect with something on the other side. There's very much a sense as well of a more mature female figure, somebody that's possibly, on the opposite, on the other side of the veil, and that I'm getting through this one. And as a contrast to what Ramon was saying about going inward and taking stock in the underworld, I got the Dawn card, which is got an owl on it, and it says the light after the darkness. And so I think whatever time that you take to pause and to sort of think about things, you will be stepping out into the light once you've, processed those things.
That's awesome. If you think about it, there's an association too with the High Priestess and the veil. In the Rider Waite, that is a very strong symbol associated with the High Priestess. It's peeking on what's behind, right? It's that sense of going inwards subconsciously. The answer is there, is you peeling through the veil to be able to go forward. It is right there. It's just a matter of accessing it.
You got it. I agree with you. So what I have for you is you need to do something. You need to rest. I got the Four of Swords. Bit of a coffin here. But I also have the Eight of Cups. Part of what's going on is you have a lot of emotions going on right now. So resting is a great way to heal. And it allows things to process, because part of I also have the Wheel of Fortune. Things are always moving. So as it relates to the veil, things are always coming and going. Right now, the veil is thinner just because it is, but you can hear from people who have, your support team at any time. You just have to be open to it. Because I also have the Three of Swords for you. You're going to get some disappointments. So allow those people those guides to support you. And that will that can make the transition smoother. I am a believer that there is always an ancestor who has experienced what I have experienced, and they want nothing more than to help us. So access them. So there you go.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Okay, so
Gerald, do you think you had an ancestor who thwarped the fan as well?
yes, and I do believe that. And
So it's in your genes.
It's probably in my genes, but it was probably done with palm fronds or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I could just be this little kid with palm fronds.
So yeah. All right.
All right.
So you ready for the next one?
Let's do this,
Yes.
Brutus.
Let's
All
do
right.
this.
So let me get you there. So who is next? B. Welcome, B. Please let us know that you're here. And everyone, please like and subscribe to all of the channels. They are linked in the description on all of the channels. And B is here, so...
Huh. Okay.
So, all right. So who would like to go first for B?
Let's see. I'm pulling cards still.
Well, of course.
Now,
Well, I'm going to go first
I'm gonna have
because
to take my fingers off because I can't shuffle.
show everybody your fingers, Ken, just so that they
Yes,
understand what's
I
going
had
on.
these lovely things on, but all style and no substance. Unfortunately, I can't shuffle with them. I keep throwing my cards on the floor.
So
That's better.
There's a
there's that where we met. Maybe Merita.
Maybe you wanted to go first. Yep.
All right. So B, you have got a lot of support from beyond beyond the veil or behind the veil, because I have the card of strength, which is about perseverance. It is about people who they know exactly how to stick with something. They're willing to have a partnership and develop a rapport with those, because in the traditional, there's the person and the lion, and the reason that works is because there is a sense of respect between the two of them. So for you, the veil is definitely is supporting that you do have some respect. It is suggesting that perhaps you need to spend a bit more time in meditation. I have the moon card for you. Moon card. If somebody gets the high priestess, I'm going to go, yeah, you need to do a little bit of meditating. You need to go inward. But I also have the Page of Cups, which is about being willing to experience all of these emotions. So there you go. That's what I have for you.
Awesome. I will go next. Hello, how you doing, B? The cards I drew for you, I have 3 cards, and they are all upside down. First card is an upside down Four of Swords. The next is an upside down Eight of Chalices. The next is an upside down Emperor card. Now, I don't know your personal situation, and I don't want to dig, but if I didn't know better and I had to read these, I'd say you're just coming out of a bad relationship. You're just discovering yourself again. That relationship might have even been with yourself. This is waking up. When the Four of Swords is upside down like this for me, you're waking up from your torpor, from your rest. The Eight of Chalices says you did walk away from something when it's upside down. That's in the past. Done. The Emperor, upside down. Male energy that's not there anymore, that you don't have to deal with. All right. So these 3 cards are saying you have new energy in your life. You are in control of yourself again. And I don't know what's going down or how this applies, but this is encouraging in the best sense. This says you are now on your road. All right, Ken, you ready, Bo?
Yep. So the first card that I pulled was the Wonder of the World, which is represented by the classic version of King Kong. And this card, it's about fortune favoring the bold. And there's a quote in the booklet that says, "I'm going to show you the greatest thing your eyes have ever beheld." And so there is a great sense of that, that wonder, that's maybe something you've not necessarily seen before. And the unknown can be a scary thing. It can sometimes see, tasks and things can seem insurmountable or too big, or we can feel as though we're powerless in the face of things. The second card that I pulled was from the Halloween Oracle, and I got the Dawn card again. And again, this kind of points to the fact that even if things get a little bit darker and a little bit bleaker, there is going to be a light at the end of it, and you will step out into that light. And then there was another card came out, which was the Egg card, which is represented by the film Alien. And it's about taking care when you peer into the unknown. But there's also an element of allowing things to gestate, allowing things to come around in their own time, rather than sort of force it by constantly sort of peeking in and trying to see if it's ready. Just, bide your time and things will come naturally.
Awesome. I lost track. Was that all 4 of us?
No,
I did. I went.
I haven't gone.
Okay, Ramon.
So,
Whoop. Oh, one. There we go.
wrong freak.
Wrong freak.
Wrong freak. Did you just call Kenn a freak?
No.
I mean, because
No.
that's a great compliment. I mean, he's my kind of a geek or a freak.
Yeah. All right. So I intended to pull 4 cards for you, and I got 5. And 2 of them are oracles, but it's creepy, or not creepy. It's just amazing, the connectivity between all the messages here. There is a need for change, right? This is the overall message that I'm getting through all the cards. You've been on a loop of feeling stuck, of feeling that, this is it. You can't see forward of something new coming, right? But the message here is you need to detach yourself from those thoughts and go forward and seek change. Experiment new things. First card I got is the apple, and the apple talks about risk and reward. So this is an invitation to get out of your comfort zone on whichever level. If it's a project that you're trying to complete, something new, that start taking a class, go in a different direction. And this is something you've been meditating on, but you are afraid. So the message here is just take the risk. There is a reward behind it. Second card I got is the death card. And as we know, the death card is a card that talks about change. It talks about transformation. It's a transition. It's a rebirth. It's moving on from one phase into another, right? It doesn't necessarily imply the end of something negative, but there is a need here to transition. And the death card is the energy. It's Scorpio, so it's water energy. So this seems to be a very emotional transition that you are going through, are meditating to go through. But the message here is just go ahead and do it. Third card I got, and this is also an oracle card, and this just jumped when I pulled the other one. It's the Mummy, and right clear there it says change. So again, there is a message here. There's a theme. Fourth card I pulled is the Coffin from Lenormand. That's card number 8, and the coffin talks about sorrow, right? Because there is sadness involved. It's a different energy from the death card, but at the same time, it's endings, right? So connected with the death card, it's ending something and starting something totally new. And the last card I got is number 5, and number 5 is a card about chaos, about change, instability, but also transformation, right? It invites you to search for structure, to be organized, and it's moving from the 5 instability to the 6, right? And this represents diamonds. So it's grounding yourself to be able to find that change. So again, the overall message here is take the risks of the things that you want to do, seek change, because behind it there is a big reward for you in terms of growth, direction, and stability. That's what I got for you.
Who's the And look, Gerald, I saved my cards just because you always tell me to.
It was what?
I saved my cards just because you always tell me don't put
Oh.
always so fast.
I didn't this time. All right, let's see who we have. Who we have next? Thanks for those great readings. All right, and B said, "Thank you, Tunkles. I love it all. All resonates." Joanne Miranda, please let us know that you are still in chat.
Joey's here. My little priestess. The Veiled Cottage Witch. Joey, one of my best friends in the world.
Hello, Joey. And Joanne is here. So, all right.
Yes. I'm going to do it all. This.
Well, I'm going to go first.
Yes, sir.
Because I think you want that to happen. So, Joanne, what I have for you is two cards popped out first, the Five of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. What this tells me is that this fire that is just sparked, or this inspiration that is just sparked, please remember to approach it slowly and steadily. Instead of, don't let it burn too bright because things are going to get burned. So beyond the veil, I also have the 10 of Swords, which suggest that the thought processes that you're having, you're done with those. It's time to create some new ones. And the other thing is, so I have the Knight of Pentacles. I also have the Page of Pentacles. Please remember that anytime you start something new, it's going to be awkward. It's not going to be familiar, and that's okay. I would also suggest that perhaps there are some siblings or past life siblings from beyond the veil who are around to support you. And sometimes the siblings, the only way they know how to support you is to tease you. Set your boundaries. Set your boundaries with them, and they will respect that. So, that's me.
Awesome. All right. Who's next? Yeah.
I'll go. Yeah, me. So interestingly, the first card that I pulled is another Court Pentacles, and I got the King of Pentacles from the Trick or Treat Tarot. With this has a few Red Riding Hood vibes, but it's definitely more of a sense of relaxing, sort of taking a step back and just kind of taking the time to rest and sort of not rush into anything at the moment. Because the second card that I got out was the Strength card, and this definitely is it. Obviously, it's depicting Beauty and the Beast style thing. But what got me about this was the fact of the position of her behind, with her hands on the shoulders of the so-called beast. And it remind when Gerald mentioned about siblings teasing people and wanting to be seen as important and things like that. The strength is there because the final card that I got, if I don't drop it on the floor, was the Jack-o'-lantern, which is the card of protection. And so I definitely think that there's possibly a mature male, perhaps, somewhere out there that encapsulates the energies of strength and protection. My hands are not doing what I want them to do today. Sorry about the jittery cards. So I definitely feel that there's, the other side of the veil is somebody there for strength and protection. That's possibly a maturer male, possibly.
Gerald, are you
Who's next?
available?
I went first.
That's right. I'm out of order.
I haven't gone yet. All right. So I pulled 4 cards for you, and the overall message that I have here is being confident on your spiritual gifts, right? It's an invitation to develop them, but more than anything, to have confidence in yourself, in your skills. The first, why I say that, because the first card I got is the Queen of Wands. And like it says here, this is a card that talks about courage, confidence, independence, determination, but it's also self assurance, right? It's also nurturing. So, this is the message that I'm saying is nurture and be confident of yourself more than anything, and in your will. Second card I pulled is the Moon for Le Normand. And card number 32 in the Moon, it talks about the Moon. The energy that we get from it is it's about the psyche, right? It's about the thoughts, the inner workings, using your intuition and reflection, right? So again, the message here is to be able to have confidence, go inwards, to be able to develop those spiritual gifts that you do have, and they have the potential to be helpful. Third card I pulled is the Night Song, and the Night Song talks about hidden talents. So connected with the Moon card, it's, to me, it speaks about those hidden talents in the spiritual sense that you have, and it's about building confidence and courage towards them. And the last card I pulled is it's a 9. Oops, it's a 9, and the 9 talks about surrender, expansion, attainment, but also enlightenment, right? The 9 is, to me, is a number of uh, accumulative effects, and you get to that point that you're almost there, to that point of completion, right? But it's, you're not there yet. It's a card about boundaries as well, like Gerald was mentioning. But the overall message here is know your boundaries and break them, right? Have confidence in your skills, and more than anything, develop those spiritual gifts that you do have. And you're just feeling that you can't go forward with them, that there is something missing, but no, there's nothing missing. It's all about confidence and going ahead, and that's what I got for you.
Awesome. That leaves me. Hello. So, I don't know if this is building on it or taking it in a new direction, but um, the gentlemen were speaking of hidden talent coming into play, spiritual gifts. I think that not only is it going to come into play, but there's a couple factors that are going to come into play because of it. Number one, your luck is about to change for the better. You're going into a new cycle of expansion. This card is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is a card of growth, making things bigger, okay? That's the positive. Here's the downer side. The more your gifts grow and the more confident you become in them, the more the people around you, you're going to notice them starting to distance themselves a little bit. It's not any other reason, just because they don't understand what's happening. Okay, that's all. You're changing in a way they can't relate to. Don't be disheartened. All right. You do you. This is your college time. This is your time to learn. All right. The 10 of Swords upside down tells me that there will be pain, but you're going to come out of it on top. All right. Now, the Four of Cups. I love this because it just says it all. The Four of Cups, picture 4 cups. You're going to feel boxed in. Not sure. I'm voguing. Look. Um, the Four of Cups can be stability, but it can also be tension. All right. It's both at the same time. And that's what causes that feeling of dissatisfaction. All right? So don't worry. Let your gifts grow. You do you. The world needs you. You're being called for something special. All right. And other people, don't worry about them. They'll come around. All right.
All right.
Nice.
All right. So next up, we have. Joanne said, "Thank you." Jamie, Wandering Mountain Bardic Path is up.
That is an awesome name. I love it almost as much as Shenanigans.
All right. And she is here. So, who would like to go first?
I'll go first because I'm hearing a song and that rarely happens.
Okay.
So, up wrong. So, I want to see what I draw before I tell you the song.
You are such a tease.
I am. Victoria, the upside down Wheel of Fortune, and the upside down Five of Cups. Well, wait. Oh, that's two parts. We've got a bonus. The King of Wands. That just tells me who. Okay, so here's the gig that I pulled. I have an upside down chariot, an upside down, no, the right side up chariot, upside down Wheel of Fortune, and an upside down Five of Cups. So the chariot is about moving forward and control, right? The upside down Wheel of Fortune says that control is an illusion, right? You're recalculate. All right, look at your progress. Make sure you're going where you want to go. I think you're not taking something into account, right? So you need to stop. Hammer time, right? The last card is an upside down, or not the last card, one fell out. Upside down Five of Cups. Now, the upside down Five of Cups is saying a mistake may be coming. So please, whatever project you're working on, it's possible you're not taking something into account. Slow down. The last card that fell out, clarifier, is the Knight of Pentacles upside down. This says not only slow down, it's stop. All right? Stop. Reevaluate at this precise moment in time before you take any further action. All right. So who's next? Who's ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Oh, go. Let Ken go. Oh, I'll go.
You go.
So, Jamie, Wandering Mountain Bardic Path. The message from the Veil is I have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. So this is interesting because in my view of where these are, they are on opposite ends of the wheel, opposite sides. So you're starting something that is relating to your physical environment, your body, and then also that which inspires you. So the message from the Veil is it's almost like it's a reset. Reset. So, and the reset is I'm going to say it's a reset because I also got the Tower. So the Tower is actually saying, all right, we're going to take you down to the foundation and we're going to rebuild from there. So my apologies for delivering that. However, I also have Judgment. So these are big picture things that you're working on, and they are going to help position you for great success. So that's me.
Love
And
that.
here, I'll do this for Jamie in the smaller screen. Sorry, Jamie. Not sorry. Hashtag not sorry.
Okay, so the first card that I picked out was The Woods, which is the Blair Witch Project. But interestingly, what Bobby was saying about control being an illusion, the next card that came out was Zombie, which is the card of control. And also, for those people who have seen the Blair Witch Project, you'll understand that it is an unfortunate trio trying to remain in control of a situation, even as the supernatural stakes sort of pile up against them. But what it actually sort of focuses on is it's that dilemma between sort of seeing the bigger picture, i.e., the forest, toward or the smaller details of sort of each and individual tree. But I definitely think that the control aspect of it is sort of saying that it is an illusion. You know, there are things that we have some control over, but there's a lot of things that we don't have the control we perceive ourselves to have. And the last card was the Eight of Cups, which I sort of found quite amusing with this sort of Captain Underpants type person in it, pointing at a rather large jack-o'-lantern. But I just kind of thought that it kind of embodies this sense of there being something more exciting, slightly better, happier, more laughter. There's a more jovial aspect to it if you just face in the right direction and kind of take your focus off all of the little things that don't sort of matter at the moment.
There you go.
Awesome.
Ramon.
Nice. All right, so I pulled 4 cards for you. The first card that I got is a playing card actually, and it's the Four of Hearts. And four, in this sense, I feel that there is a sense of stagnation, of standstill, a lack of maybe balance or grounding. And when I say that, it's not that you're grounded, but you're too grounded to the point of, maybe feeling bored or indifferent, right? This card associated with like the Four of Cups in tarot. And as we know, the Four of Cups in tarot is one about apathy, boredom, feeling unfulfilled, rejecting possibly opportunities. So there is what I'm feeling is that there is a need of change, something that you want to start, possibly in the physical sense, but you are sort of like there's a dilemma in being able to do it. Why do I say that? Because I got the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles is a card that talks about the Pentacles is in the physical realm, right? So it could be health, it could be financial. There is a need for change, but you're at that stage that you are feeling stuck to be able to go forward. And the Suit of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, talks about it's about discipline, it's about power, it's about abundance, but it's also about patience, right? So whatever you're thinking in the physical realm to do, maybe something in the financial sense, something, health improvement, something in the physical realm that you're thinking needs to change, just go ahead. Don't think too much about it because you're at the risk of being stuck, of leaving that sense. I pulled 2 Lenormand cards for you, and one is the Anchor. And the Anchor talks about exactly that, right? It's about that sense of being stuck, right? It's stability, but in this sense, it's too stable, right? It's too stagnated. And the second card is the Woman. The Woman, this could be you, but it's to me, it speaks about using your intuition, right? The feminine energy is one about intuition, about going inwards and using your emotional intelligence. And it's interesting that this came out because exactly the Oracle card is talks about that, and it's the card of Vampire, and it talks about emotional intelligence. So the message here is whatever that project is, whatever that plan is in the physical realm that you want to do, just move forward. Don't give too much thought of it, right? Use your emotional intelligence, your intuition, because you know it's the right thing to do. Whatever it is that you're thinking, just go forward, and seek that change that you definitely need. I wish you good luck and just do it because there's a lot of great positive things behind it. That's what I got for you.
Cool.
Wait. Awesome.
All right. So who do we have next?
While he does that, thank you to everybody who's been watching. We had a couple of new people who came in. Welcome.
Maru.
Maruta.
Maru is going to be taking the Fool's Journey with me on Behind the Cards.
Nice. What?
Nice.
Really? I'm jealous.
Jamie said, sweet, thank you. And I know Maru is here. So
I'm so excited about who's playing. I'm not even doing my cards.
So
That was funny. All right, Maru.
I'm going to start because I'm going to put myself there. I'll do that. So I'm already hearing whispers from all of these people who want you to do translations of those Latvian tales. Get on it. So I'm going to just start with that because that was very, very clear. And thinking about that, we start with the Four of Wands, which is a great card for if you're working on developing a rapport and a relationship with ancestors. This is oftentimes the marriage card, but it does suggest that it's going to be a fruitful relationship. It's going to work out very well. Throughout this, you are going to be the Page of Cups. So you're going to suddenly be having these emotions, these deep emotions that you're not necessarily going to understand. However, they're completely legitimate. They may be some ancestral emotions coming through. And I also have the Queen of Swords for you. So somebody from behind the veil is really pushing and really going, do it this way, do this, do that. And there's a lot of action with this Queen of Swords. And also encouraging you to be independent with it. Do it, but do it your way, dear. So that's what I have for you.
Okay. Ramon, you ready?
Yeah. So I pulled 4 cards for you, and the first card I pulled is the Five of Pentacles. This is a card that when I started in tarot, I never liked. It always freaked me out when it came out because it's a card that talks about different levels of pain, right? It's physical, emotional. It's these two figures that, they're sort of like hurt and handicapped and they're walking under the snow. But over time, I got to realize that this is a card about survival, right? These people, they just don't sit there to die, right? They just go forward in spite of the physical difficulties, of the obstacles. They just go forward. So to me, this is a card that for you, what it's saying is a card about change, about going forward, about overcoming obstacles. And I read for you before, and I think this card came once. So there's a message here again of change. And change of what? Second card I got is the Child. So I don't know if there is a trauma, a childhood trauma that might be replaying in your mind right now, that constantly comes up. But this is an invitation, a message from the divine realm to move forward. You are a survival. Whatever happened in the past, just go ahead. It's pointless. Five is also a card about change, just going ahead. What's interesting is the third card I pulled is a playing card, and it's the Six of Hearts. And the Six of Hearts I associated with the Six of Cups. And in tarot, as you remember, it's like these two kids, right? And there's one giving flowers to the other one. It talks about childhood, innocence, very similar to this one here, right? But sixes are also cards about harmony, creativity, about balance. So there is this sense to be able to go forward and find balance in your life, stemming from possibly that childhood experience. Just go ahead. It's you went through a situation. Just move forward. Look towards the future, which is the fourth card that I got, and this is the veil. And it goes perfect with the theme of today's show. We're talking about the veil. So the message behind the veil for you is look towards the future. You have so much energy. There's so much beauty in you. And the message here from the divine realm is just to look towards the future, because that's for the opportunity for you to keep growing and keep sharing with everybody those beautiful talents that you have. That's what I got for you.
And Maru did say, "Oh yeah, always around my birthday, Ramon." I think that was related to childhood trauma.
I send you love and positivity, Maru.
Mm-hmm.
You're a beautiful soul.
Yes, yes, yes.
So first, I drew 3 cards, and I felt that they all needed to come out of the same deck, for which was the Halloween Oracle. So the first one I got was the zombie again, and this was the card of control. But similarly to what Gerald mentioned about sort of control from behind the scenes, I do feel this is pointing more towards the fact of just ensuring that you retain ultimate control and ultimate direction, even if you do listen to intuitions or advice from other avenues. And then the next one was the card of midnight, which in itself is quite veil-esque. It's a liminal point in time. Some people do refer to it as the witching hour, and it does say at the bottom of the card, the most magical hour of all. And so I definitely think that there's a potential to really tap into that sort of magical, liminal, anything goes energy that certainly, is around at this time of year. And the good thing was that I felt that the final card with the jack-o'-lantern for protection, this definitely sort of speaks to me that there are people on the other side that are protecting you, that are there to help and to guide, and that have always got your back. And so I definitely think that, as long as you can retain a sense of control and where's my thing, and just tap into that magic, I think you've got some good things to come on the horizon.
Awesome. Thank you,
Nice.
Ken. So, before I start, I want to say a couple things. Ramon, you need to make a comment on my stuff so I can give you a wrench. I'm finally able to do it. Cheers. And to everybody watching and our panel, sip, please.
Nice. I don't know why you're giving me Star Wars Sith vibes.
I was like going, is he a monk or something like that? Because,
Well, it's supposed to be demonic druid, but the big black eyes didn't make it. So
Okay.
sip it is. All right, Otter. What I got for you, I'm going to put the glasses on. First card I drew from my skeleton deck, the Ace of Wands. This is initiation, initiating action. It's also a card of magic. Think magic wand. This is a card, when I see it, it gives me the vibe of you're starting to create something of substance and of power. I'm not sure what Gerald made reference to about the translations, but if what I'm picking up on is accurate, he's right. This is going to be something.
Did you all hear that? Bobby said I was right.
This is all going to
There
be
you go.
really important. Thank you, Mater says your eyes are naturally supernatural looking. The devil is the next card. The devil upside down. Yeah, I know it just looks like a big bundle when you do it that way. But there. So we're going to turn it that way. This means this project is going to consume you. All right. It's not just going to be something you do. I don't think you do things half-assedly. I think you like details all taken care of before you even start. You want to know every step of the way what you're doing and how to do it. Again, that control is an illusion. I think my husband just got home. Don't overwork yourself. Don't overstress yourself. Remember, this is a passion project, so stay passionate about it. Don't let it consume you to the point where you are the Eight of Swords upside down. Okay, when you're trapped in something of your own making, don't let it get to that point. That's the warning I'm having for you there. And I can't wait to talk with you. I'm going to be interviewing her on my on this channel actually, or Behind the Cards. I ask questions based on the Fool's Journey, and everybody on my panel today has taken the Fool's Journey with me, and I love them. So
Some of us are silly enough to do a second time.
Yeah, I saw.
Absolutely. Gerald has Behind the Cards. You're going to be actually, Gerald, my first repeat guest on Behind the Cards. We're going to go back, and I'm going to dig deeper into the questions I asked you. I want more.
I am
Well,
so sorry for it. Yeah.
It's also going to be in high definition now
That's right.
with a better signal. Not throwing shade, but
That was shade. Oh, here.
Ramon.
And, I do want to put this up there because you are wonderful, Madame Maru's House of Cards. I'm always happy to remind you of this. If you ever forget, I can be very persistent.
You?
I know it's scary. So, and she said good advice. Bobby, thank you. So,
Be passionate, baby girl.
all right. So, I don't know how long we're going to read.
I think, are you guys able to do like two more?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
Ken, can you do two more?
Ginger
Yeah,
Johnson.
that's good.
Okay. Ginger Johnson.
Who am I pulling from?
Are you here, Ginger?
I love it. He's putting, I can always do the Ginger Johnson. Ginger Johnson.
That works great as well.
Okay, I'm watching for Ginger. I don't see Ginger.
All
right, I'm going to pick another one. And I've got Ginger's name written down. So, and Vivian says if a voice like that asks if I'm here, I'm not answering.
I'm not answering.
Okay, so Sharon O'Brien, let us know. Ginger Johnson is here. So Sharon O'Brien, let us know that you're here, and you will be after Ginger. Thank you. Ginger. And all right.
Can I go first?
You can do whatever the heck you want, dude. Yeah, here. And
Hi.
Sharon is here. Thank you, Sharon. Gotcha.
So I asked to go first because when we started saying your name, I got the pull over here for a different deck. And I switched to my Murder of Crows deck. This is the deck that I use for shadow work. For me to grab this deck, I'm saying that you might be at a point in your life where you're having to look at yourself and you really don't want to. I don't blame you. Nobody likes doing that kind of shadow work. But the first card I drew for you is the Ten of Pentacles. Okay? The Ten of Pentacles, that's a good card. It's the legacy card. It's leaving something of substance behind. The next card is the Nine of Wands. That's a card of survival. Okay? It's the wounded warrior. The Nine of Wands says you've lived, you've fought, and you are now a survivor. Okay, which means you are going to be, if you're not already, a beacon to other people who need to relate. Hi, baby. Who need to relate to you. The last card that I'm drawing, he just came home with the grocery shop. Bless his heart. The last card is the Knight. Oh, his hand doesn't shake as much. The Knight of Wands, the Knight of Swords, upside down. Pardon me. The Knight of Swords is the most valiant, virtuous knight. He does what he believes, and he does it well because he believes. This card upside down says it's a warning. Don't let yourself be trapped into a path that you don't believe in. Okay? Focus on yourself. You've come through so much, and you're now at the point where you have a choice to decide where your reality goes. Don't let somebody else make that choice for you. Don't lie to yourself either. That's the important part with the Knight upside down. Do not lie to yourself. All right. Who's next? Let's go from top to bottom. Ken, are you ready?
I'm
think you're
ready.
muted. Oh, there you are.
Did you just call Ken up?
Oh, Ken, what?
I'm saying
Nothing. Nothing.
So the first card that I picked was the Seven of Wands, which is depicted by a mummy, whack-a-mummy, basically, being hit with glow sticks. But what I was picking up from whilst Bobby was talking was this, when he was talking about the Nine of Wands, the wounded warrior, this is kind of almost the precursor to ending up in that position. The other two cards that I pulled, one from the Oracle, Halloween Oracle, which was the Trick or Treat card, which is the card of mischief and play, and then the card of the animal, which is from an old 1930s film, The Island of Lost Souls. But what these two cards talk about is sort of rules and vagary in sort of the natural way of doing things, the natural order. And the trick or treat as well is very much a case of putting on a mask, a pretense, putting yourself out there so that you are reflecting what other people are expecting rather than who or what you really are. And I think it's possibly just to be mindful that, you know, we can do that. We can be things for other people, but we should never lose sight of who we are. along the way, which is often, too easily done, unfortunately.
Awesome. Okay, Mr. Gerald.
Ginger. So, Ginger Johnson, what I have for you, I have a really nice message from beyond behind the veil. The first is the death card, which is it's an ending, but it's also a beginning. And that's really powerful because the next card that I have for you is the Knight of Swords. And this is about you having ambitions, you being willing to actually move forward, go on your quest to find the things that you're searching for. This is also a card you may be driven to perfectionism, which could be something to watch out for. However, that being said, we go from the Knight of Swords to the King of Swords, where if you're starting to learn something new, Ginger, this is perfect because you're letting go of the old way with the Death card. We've got the Knight, where you're trying to put into action what you're learning, but then you end up with the King of Swords. I think that's a really nice. I would also say from the veil, perhaps there are, I don't know if you have two people who might be, around you, two that have passed, two males or people who were very, one of them who might be a little, quick to take action instead of calming down, and one that is does a good thought process. I'm wondering if those may be some of your ancestors that are peeking through. So, but all right, I am going to put Ramon in. So, and Ginger, any feedback that you have for any of us is greatly appreciated.
All right, so I pulled. Let's see. I actually have 5 cards for you. And there's a similar theme also about survival, about seeing things, taking action. And the first card I have for you is the 10 of Swords. And we know 10 is about completion, right? The closing of a cycle. And here in this case, the 10 of Swords, it might seem like painful endings, deep wounds, but at the same time, it's, besides being a painful ending, is the start of something new. Swords deal with the mental level, and it's very interesting because you got swords on the previous readings as well. So there is a common theme here of closing a cycle on the mental level and starting something new. The second card that popped when I pulled this one is the Sun, and the Sun is about brilliance. It's about new beginnings. It's about a fresh start, right? Happiness, success, positivity, vitality, but also enlightenment. And enlightenment comes not only spiritual, but also in the mental level. So there's a message here of closing a loop and starting something new in the mental sense. Interestingly, I got also the 2 of Spades, and this I associated with the 2 of Swords, right? And in the Rider Waite, it's this figure of this woman who's blindfolded and she's holding 2 swords and she's trying to make that decision, right? So there's a card that invites you to balance, to find balance, right? You might be at a crossroads at this moment. This message here is to go inwards, just reflect on the lessons that you just learned before taking a step going forward to the new direction. The 4th card I pulled from Lenormand is rats. And traditionally, rats are seen in Lenormand as decay, something dwindling, but I see it totally different. To me, rats are about intelligence. Rats symbolize to me survival, wisdom. And I always mention this. If you see a depiction of Lord Ganesha always has a little rat next to it. Why? Because it symbolizes wisdom. And to me, this card is about intuition, it's about wisdom, it's about survival, and it's about trying to make the best of the resources that you have available. And what are those resources? Is your experience, is that knowledge that you have, is everything surrounding you. And what it's saying is pull all those resources, the ones within and the ones around you, and try to move forward with that plan that you're trying to go through, right? That's what you have, like those the two of swords in that sense. And the last card is from the Oracle of Halloween, and it talks about owls. And owl, what it says is wise seeing, wise action. So I love owls. To me, they're such a beautiful bird. They symbolize also wisdom, just like with rats, right? But there's a message here in the sense of being a bird to look at things from a different perspective, right? Use your wisdom, use your intuition to be able to move forward. So overall, the message here is of reflection, of change, of acknowledging that a cycle that might have closed in spite of being painful is going to open a new one to be able to go forward and grow from it. And that's what I have for you.
Awesome. So check this out. What Ramon was saying about the national day. You can
Yes,
see,
you see the little rat? Is it there?
yeah, it's right. This is him coming up.
Yes, yes, yes.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I see it. I see it. Yeah. And
Butt is
all
over there.
depictions, uh-huh.
Yeah,
And if all he's mounting the rat, yeah.
yeah.
There's
This is
always where you see Lord Ganesha, you'll see the rat. He's either mounting it, it's next to him, it's
yeah,
but
he's the
there's
butt of the
always that.
skeleton, so I keep him near me at all times.
And I think, Ramon, I found it very interesting. There were lots of swords in these previous readings. A lot of
Yes, yes.
swords. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That's what I was mentioning. In the previous readings, the ones you did as well, and not only in the tens of swords explicitly, but also on the two of spades. Spades symbolize swords as well. So there's a message here, underlying message of, you
Yep.
know, the mental level, the air element, right? Of using your mind, your thoughts, and
Yeah.
the subconscious, and communication as well.
Yeah. Ginger said, I have been through a lot. I am getting out more. I'm happier, and I'm starting something new in my art, and I'm becoming more spiritual.
Yes,
Awesome.
that's awesome. That is fantastic. And I send you positive vibes in that process.
Yes.
So there was one more.
Well, did you go for Ginger?
Did I? No, I had to run. That's right.
Mhm.
So, Ginger. The first card I have for you is the Mummy. The Mummy's all about change. Okay. Second card, the Skull of Light, Illumination. Funny story about this card. I drew this card as a daily the other day, Illumination. I dwelt on it all day long and I didn't really know what it meant until I had coven that night. The light went out and I had to follow the priestess around with the light like this. So I was the illumination. It was just funny. Then the last card I have is death. So let's break this down for you. We have the Mummy, which is all about change. Nothing's going to stay the same. All right. You are in the middle of change. And I say that because we have the Mummy, which brings change. And then we've got this card, which is called death. Both of these. And what's right in the middle? You. All right. Change. You are in the middle, but it's the change for the good. It's a change for the positive. This is the card of illumination. This is not only showing you which path to take, but it's saying you will be illuminating your path for others. All right. So even though you don't intend for people to take notice of you, that may not be the big goal. It's going to be a side effect and a benefit. So please be careful of what you do because people are watching. All right.
Awesome. I would love to see your husband's face when he walked in and saw you like that.
Yeah.
What the hell? Again?
Yeah.
He sees me all with the robes there.
There you
What
go.
is it today? What now?
Ginger Johnson said, "Thank you so much." You're welcome, Ginger. And Sharon O'Brien is next, and I think Sharon is our last one because we're at an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yes.
I still got to go to work. Yay.
Congratulations. I'm retired. I don't know what that means.
I work out of the house here, but once a week on Tuesdays I go and I read cards out of the local shop.
Okay, Sharon.
I'm gonna get my students.
I'm gonna go first.
Mhm.
Sharon. So Sharon, the message behind the veil is there's a need to spend a little bit of time by yourself and do that introspection. Introspection, is that right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Mhm.
For some reason, it's like introspection or introflexion, or maybe that's important too. But you need to spend some time doing some recognizing yourself and recognizing the seeking that you have done for enlightenment. I also have the King of Cups. So this is a loved one, a family member, somebody from the other side of the veil who loves you a whole lot. You are their favorite. You make them very happy. I might say you might be daddy's little girl. You can do nothing wrong, but this is a person who is supporting you. They want you to be very successful. They're so proud of you. They're so proud of you. And then I have the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands is the card of energy exchange. That being said, sometimes an energy exchange can go a little wonky and it can singe. Just be careful that you are keeping track of how much energy you are expending. So, especially after you come out of a hermiting phase. So, that's what I have for you.
Excellent. Yeah. Ooh. I lost track of what I'm doing.
Who's next?
Ramon.
Yeah. Let's see. Trying to go through the message.
I don't really into what you were saying, Gerald, because it resonates in my life right now. That's why I was like,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So my message is kind of similar also to what Gerald was saying. There is a need. You're a crossroad right now in which you need to go inwards. You identified that you're in a process of your life that you need change, and a search for authenticity for who you are. The first card I got for you is the Judgment card. How beautiful that card is. And the Judgment is about assessment, renewal, resurrection. It's about transition, right? So you're at a point in which there is a need of a renewal, a change, right? A search And like Gerald was saying, in this case, it's going inwards to be able to find yourself and find direction. The second card I got is from the Halloween Oracle, and it talks about it's called invisibility. Invisibility, and it kind of like reminds me of the Hermit, right? The Hermit from the Rider Waite. But here it talks about authenticity. So there is a need of going inwards, of search, in trying to find the roots of who you are and in which direction you want to grow. Third card I got is from Lenormand. This is card 25, and it's the Ring. And the ring talks about commitment, right? It's a bond, it's a promise, but here in this case, it's making a commitment with yourself to be able to find what is it the next phase that you're going to. I always associate the ring also with kind of like with the world, right? It's closing a loop. So here you need to close that loop of in which direction you want to go. That search of identity, that search in which direction you want to grow. And the last card I got is the Eight of Hearts. And 8 is a number that talks about, stability, sturdiness, power, but also about decision making. In the Rider Waite, this is it's that card of that figure that leaves 8 cups behind and is going forward. So again, it talks about that search, right? It's about finding a new path, leaving things behind, and finding completion. So the overall message here is, like Gerald was saying, that there's a need of going inwards and finding a new direction in which you want to go. You know already what is the decisions that you have to make, but you need to take that time, that mental break, that emotional break, to be able to find clarity, to be able to go forward. And that's what I got for you.
Beautiful. And Mr. Kenn?
So the first one that I pulled out for you was the Page of Wands. And in relation to the other two cards that I drew, which were from the Halloween Oracle, which were the Apple and the Death card, what I was kind of picking up was, again, still sort of hinting on what Gerald and Ramon has said about this inward journey, this introspection, this hermetism. But in the process of doing this, I'm getting that there is a need to perhaps tap back into more sort of childlike excitement, childlike belief in things, to not be scared or held back by uncertainty about maybe doing something a bit different or a bit bolder. And it's definitely with the Death card in this instance, it sort of mentions about it being the eternal cycle beginning, and then the Apple card is the risk and reward. I think if we can bypass our own insecurities and our anxieties about when we finally emerge from this inward period of time, that we will be changed, but everybody around us probably is not going to be ready for or expecting that change. And so it's easy for us to shrink straight back to what we used to do, or how we used to be perceived by other people. And again, I really think that the page energy in this is actually saying that once we come through that transition and through that transformation, to actually just ride with it and not be held back by the what ifs and the anxieties that other people can kind of project onto us.
Awesome.
Awesome. Awesome.
I want that hat. I keep looking at your hat. I want your hat. So, dear, what Mr. Kenn was saying resonates with my reading, because for you, I pulled, and mind you, I don't, when I'm using this Oracle deck, I don't shuffle it to where it comes out reversals, but somehow this card came out reversed. So we're going to read it that way. This is the Witch, okay? Subsection, the earthly weaver of the worlds. being upside down, it says that either you're not weaving your destiny or now is not the time to weave your destiny. Pull back. I think what Ken is saying is correct because the next card I drew is the card of joy, rejoicing in the present. Okay, so far we've got stop what you're doing, enjoy life, find your magic again. And I say magic because the last card I pulled for you is the cauldron. Okay, this is all about synergy and healing. Synergy and healing, not just healing. Synergy in this sense means, I think, the temperance card, pulling things from here, pulling things from there, creating that spell, that recipe that's going to bring balance into your life, bring healing. Okay, it's time to start mixing up your future. Create your future. Turn your weaver back into the direction she needs to be in. All right. Take control. Reach down, grab your brass ovaries, and go for it.
There you go.
Awesome.
I want to thank everybody who came in to watch today for letting us read for you. I have had so much fun with my guests today, Mr. Gerald, Tarot Stash. Please check out his channel. Maru has been putting our links up. Mr. Kenn Payne, Addison of the Hecate Path. Please like and subscribe to his channel. Mr. Ramon, please like and
Yes.
subscribe to Moon Scarab. And if you're watching on one of their channels onto me, please subscribe to Robert Fierro Tarot. Right. And let's find out what the guests have going on. Ken, what have you got coming up?
Well, I'm kind of working on my own sort of, obviously the tarot project. I'm trying to sort of get that worked out. I'm trying to finish the expanded guidebook for the Oracle. I will be attending the South Wales Occult Conference this weekend. I've decided I'm going to make a little weekend of it. And then I'm still kind of trying to figure out what to do with regards to my channel and how to do more for it, because I'm kind of, I find it quite, I can have the ideas, but then I'm kind of like, nobody wants to look at this or listen to this. So I don't do it.
Girl.
I know, Gerald. I know, Gerald. I can hear you flapping.
We are going to be talking after the live.
Right, you shouldn't have done that, Ken.
All right.
There's so much you can do, especially with that beautiful Hecate Oracle. You can do a show just reading with it.
True. Yeah.
And you just finished up the UK Tarot Conference, didn't you? How'd that go for you?
Yeah. I went to the UK Tarot Conference a couple of weeks ago, and that was really good. It was really nice to see people that I'd met previously at the Tabby Conference. It was nice to meet new people. And again, although it's nice, it's still surreal when people come up to me and I say about the deck and things like that. So, one of the people that came up to me to say how much they enjoyed the deck turned out to be one of the speakers later on that day, and she's only a Bond Street psychotherapist, quite big and renowned and stuff. And I was kind of a bit blown away the fact that she really it resonated with the Oracle, because she uses tarot and such in therapy, from a symbolic point of view. So but no, it was a good event, and just a lot, again, a couple of days, but it takes me a couple of weeks to recover.
Awesome. I've seen a couple of practices or couple cards from the new deck. I got a sneak peek.
And we all have the Hecate Oracle, so we can be guests on your show.
Some of us have a couple of them. I'm just saying that.
Yeah. Some of us have more than one copy.
Exactly. Gerald, what you got coming in, bro?
I am tomorrow evening, I am on Astrological Tarot with Michelle Marie, and then I am supposed to be doing something tomorrow. I mean Thursday on the actual Samhain Halloween. Getting together with some friends. Like and subscribe to the channel. Put it all there because that way you find out what's going on. I have a lot of personal stuff that's going on, and I do have a merch store coming.
What? Nice.
So just saying, you know,
Did you raise the mustache higher? Because it's much more visible now.
Yep.
I like it when
Okay.
it was pumping your tetas.
So it was what?
But I like it when
No,
it
you
was
didn't
pumping
say
your
that.
tetas.
So that's a different show.
Awesome.
Anyhow, there you go. That's me.
Mr. Ramon.
I don't have anything scheduled for the next couple of days just because I have a lot of personal work related stuff that I need to get caught up with. But I owe a show to a lot of people, you know. Hopefully one to Ginger. Hopefully I can do one in the next coming Moonface with Gerald and Linda. And yeah, a lot of plans. So as of right now, I don't have anything on the books, but very
Yeah.
soon.
Coming.
We'll hook some things
Yeah.
up too. I want to get that taken care of with you.
Yeah.
As for me, what do I have coming up? Well, I'm glad you asked. I have Maruta on Behind the Cards. Yes, Lady Maru will be on the 4th of November. That's a Monday. And then later that week, I'm going to be doing well, I'm going to be doing Mr. Chris Meal. I'm doing Chris from, let me rephrase that. Chris from Ghost Squad Scotland Network is going to be taking the Fool's Journey on Behind the Cards, and he'll be on Friday the 8th. And after that, I'll be doing a couple shows here and there, but the 18th, Mr. Gerald Tarot Stash himself will be back on my channel, and I can dig a little deeper into some of the questions we covered last time. I was very concerned with time.
Are they the same questions? Same questions?
No.
No. I would have loved to download both videos and see how the answers changed.
Oh my God. Well, I can guarantee you they will.
Oh, but you said you like this woman. Now you like that?
Yes, I can like both of them. Thanks for Ramon. You know, you've got your big blade. I've got my fan.
Yes. Don't mess with me. Not today.
And once again, I want to thank everybody on the panel for being here and sharing my Halloween broadcast with me. This has been a lot of fun. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. For Halloween, I'll be on Ghost Squad Scotland's network on Halloween Day. So if you haven't subscribed to that channel, please do so. And thank you to everybody watching for letting us read for you. We've all had a blast. And
yes,
stick around. We'll talk backstage. See the rest of you. Bye-bye.